She's nodding yes.
I have one last question, and I promise I'll save the rest of them for later.
Okay.
My other question is, and I've talked about this with some of the gals that know me here too, and I think I posted it on the page, and I just want to make sure I understand. When they go to like test out basically, or test out for high school, and they've graduated, you know, there was a discussion of whether or not they would have to take the GED. I don't want my children, if they homeschool, to be considered a GED student.
Thank you for bringing that up. They don't GED.
Okay, so they need
And
to
there
have
is
a-
no testing out.
Right.
Basically what happens, and I was talking to Frank and Candy, right? Did I get that right? Let me tell y'all, remember your faces for a lifetime. I'm really bad at names. And I only remember because I typed yours today twice. So, from me, I get a gold star. We were talking about that earlier.
Okay.
The beauty, and this is something I didn't get to, and I meant to earlier, is when you go to Grove Street, you are required, once they are 6 years old, to start reporting them.
Okay.
So if you start schooling a child before that, you don't have to register them with the compulsory attendance office
Okay.
until they turn 6.
Okay.
And then you report, not report, but you fill out their paperwork every year until they graduate. Okay. So that answers that part. The second part, and how many of you have older kids, junior high and high school? Okay, so a few. I know Annalyn's sitting right here. We have a few then. With the olders, what happens is when you're younger, you're doing school and you're just progressing at their level, and they keep going on, and it doesn't really change other than about the time that they reach 8th grade, you want to start developing a transcript for them. And we will probably talk more about that in detail with those of you who have older kids. We can address that where I'm not overwhelming the rest of you just yet, unless you really want to hear about that, but I know you guys have got time. So we can talk more about that, and I have stuff for you for a transcript. I brought it. I thought about you guys. But you're going to start putting together a transcript. And you're going to be putting together two things, actually. Is a transcript is much like the transcript you get from a public school. It will have the title of the class, the grade that the student received, and then the number of credits. And you keep up with that, and you want to keep up with that every semester, because you don't want to be junior in high school or a senior going, crud, they've had 30 hours, and what did they do their freshman year, and you can't remember. So you want to do that as you go along. So you have the transcript, because I'm right, aren't I? They're laughing.
Graduating kids, and we've never done that. We're the last minute moms.
Right. We both had to do that with the template. Well, I had the template from HSLDA going, okay, let me look back. It's great.
Don't listen to them.
Luckily, I had
I'm talking about you on YouTube. Don't listen to them.
I did have a copy. But we take
Right.
each year to the
Right.
compulsory attendance office.
Right.
But basically what you want to do is you want to work on their transcript every semester. And then you're going to keep track of that. And then along with that, you're also going to have what's called their portfolio. And their portfolio is the name of the class, a description of the class, and how much the class is worth. Whether it was a quarter credit, half credit, a whole credit, whatever. And that is a whole nother animal that we'll talk about later.
You can pull that down.
Yes, and you can. And there's other, well, we'll talk about that.
The lazy one.
Got that. And so you're going to put that portfolio together. And then, as your child is ready to take their ACT or SAT, then, and we could do that through here as a group. VCHE also does that through a group. Check offers testing through their group as well. There's multiple places we could do that. Or you can go on your own to a testing site. That's fine too. But you take your transcript and you register for them to test. They're going to want to see the transcript. And so the transcript, you pay for the test, they take the test. Then, when you choose what college they want to go to, the college is going to, and I even, this happens happens to be Mississippi State University's requirements. And they will tell you, you need to fill out a complete application for admission, submit a non-refundable $40 application fee, request an official ACT or SAT scores be sent to Mississippi State. We encourage that these test scores come directly from ACT or SAT. And they give you college codes to give the testing agency. The writing test of the ACT and SAT are not considered for admission or scholarship awarding purposes. They just want to see the raw score. Request your high school, send your official 6th semester transcript, submit those transcripts, and they want to see proof of immunity to measles and rubella. Now, they have further down their page high school classes that they want you to have taken before they admit you. And then they also have for full admission what type of grades you needed to have, which homeschoolers usually have no problem with. Full admission, or if you have academic deficiencies, what to do. And then there's a whole section about homeschool kids. And it says, homeschoolers, applicants must submit the following. Homeschool transcript or portfolio, that's the one with the course descriptions. ACT or SAT scores, applicants may be required to appear for an on-campus interview. And that's it.
And they love homeschoolers.
They love homeschoolers. So does Ole Miss. And matter of fact, all of them do, because homeschoolers tend to test far and above the average public school kid. And because as homeschoolers, we teach our children how to teach themselves, when they go to the college setting, they're not afraid to fit in because they're used to studying on their own and learning in that kind of a setting because they've been doing that at home. So colleges love homeschoolers, and it's not a problem. And if your student graduates early, there's things for you to do. And if they graduate late, that's okay too. They don't really care. It's all about the ACT scores and SAT, ACT, and transcripts. But we can also address that more as the kids are getting ready. So, yes.
Answer something she said about
Yes, please do.
the GED and diploma. The one, I think on the HSLDA side, they recommend that you not do a GED. Some people will do it anyway. But another thing, and this goes back to when Bethany Runyon, she is now, but Roberts graduated, and my son then graduated last year. The only thing different on their diploma that we awarded them is that instead of the principal of the local high school signing it, their parents have signed it. Other than that, it has our school.
How many in here has ever shown their high school diploma?
I don't know if I even had one.
I've got mine up in a box. My
I don't even
husband's
have
got his. We have never used it.
Well, I got pregnant at 18 when I was a senior year of high school, so my high school actually kicked me out and sent me to their little pregnant girl school. And so I went to the alternative school, but my high school diploma still says my high school, even though I didn't actually attend there. But that's where I got my high school diploma from, but I didn't.
So yeah, no one will ever ask you that again.
You've never had to use it. You've never had to use it.
No.